Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Hey guitar enthusiasts, I have a super fun song here that's going to teach you how to go between strumming and playing little lead lines on your guitar. We're going to do it step by step. Let's get into the lesson. So we're going to be doing Summer Breeze by Seals and Croft, which was a big hit in the 70s. Let's talk about the chords we're going to be using for this song. So we're going to have the A major chord. We're going to have an E major chord. We're going to have an E minor chord. Okay. We're also going to have an A minor 7. We're going to have a G chord. We're going to have B minor 7, which is a bar chord. And we're also going to have a B7 suspended fourth. It only comes in one part of the song, but if you practice this B minor 7, all you have to do is stretch your pinky out to the 5th fret here. That might be a little bit difficult for some of you guys. And if you guys can't play that chord, don't worry. You can just hang out on the B minor 7 and it'll work just fine. But I'll show you where you can introduce that chord. It comes in for one measure. But let's get into the strumming first. So this song has a lot of improvisation to it. It's probably a little bit more of an intermediate song. So we're going to take it section by section. There's 4 sections of this song, and I'm going to put it all together for you guys at the end with a little bit of a playthrough. So the intro starts off with 2 chords, E minor and that A minor 7. And we're doing an E minor chord, and we're going to pick the top string. It's going to be the top string, then the A string below, and then you're going to strum the rest of the E minor. And the timing is 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And when you get to and after 2, you're going to switch to that A minor 7. So it's going to sound like this. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So a little bit more up to speed. And if you notice on my chord change here, I have the E minor. I'm leaving my 2nd finger in place, and I'm just pivoting the 1st finger back and forth, right? It's like my easy C chord, which is actually an A minor 7 chord, in the E minor. So if you play your E minor with your 1st and 2nd fingers, that's usually how I teach students to play it. But I would, if you play it with your 2nd and 3rd, I mean, could you do it, move your 2nd and pivot? I just find this for me is a little bit too much of a stretch. So I like the 1st and 2nd. Really can stretch that finger just to grab that 1st fret on that 2nd string. So again, from the top, it's now, if you just wanted to strum the intro, you could do that 4 times, or what I would recommend doing is playing through that twice and then jumping over to this lead line, which is going to sound like this. So what are we doing here? What I would recommend is giving each finger its own fret. So the 1st finger is going to own the 7th fret, 2nd finger is going to own the 8th fret, 3rd finger is going to own the 9th fret, and the pinky is going to own the 10th fret. All right, and we're up here, we're further up on the guitar so that this isn't too much of a stretch. If you're playing the bass line down here, a little more of a stretch, but this guitar part works out really well. So we're going to start with our 3rd finger on the 9th fret on the 3rd string, okay? And you're going to play that note, then you're going to come down, 2nd finger is going to end up on the 8th fret on the 2nd string. Then we're going to come down again to the bottom string, okay, this high E string, and we're going to play the high E with pinky on the 10th fret, 1st finger on the 7th fret, okay? So just those first 4 notes. We got 9, 8, 10, 7. And again, that's 1 and 2 and. Okay, so that's the first 4 notes. And then we're going to come up to the B string and we're going to play 10, 8, 7. A little bit of like a little walk down here. So it's 10, 8, 7. Then you're going to come up to the G string and you go 9, 7, 9. Okay, so all together, I'll play it very slowly. We've got 9, 8, 10, 7, 10, 8, 7, 9, 7, 9. Okay, so this is what it's going to sound like at a slower speed. So this is what it's going to sound like, and if you need to use the settings cog to slow me down to practice and play this, go right ahead. Again. So if we put those together, it would sound like this. And you guys may have heard me make a little bit of a mistake in there, and that's okay because I'm definitely not perfect. And I hope you guys aren't perfect either, because I'm definitely not. So here we go. That was the intro. So that's what you can do. You can either just strum, or you can do the lead line, or if you're playing with a friend, your friend can do the strumming and you can do the lead line, or vice versa. So the next section of the song we're going to move into is the verse section. All right, and I'm going to offer you two different types of strumming patterns. Now, this is a little bit more of an intermediate song, so the strumming I feel is going to be a little bit more improvised. If I were playing this, I wouldn't be focusing on what my hand was doing. I would just keep it within a framework. So I'm going to give you two frameworks to work within. The first one has a lot more strumming. So the first one, I'm just going to take that A minor 7 chord, and it's going to be 1, 2, and a 3, E, and a 4, and a. Whoa, what was that? Okay, I'll slow it down. So it's going to be 1, 2, and a 3, E, and a 4, and a. So that's going to be down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. All right, so the first half is just 1, 2, and a. You've probably seen me do that in lots of songs. 1, 2, and a. Okay, and if you just wanted to do that twice, 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and a, that would probably work fine for the song, but I want to push you guys out of your comfort zone a little bit. So we have 1, 2, and a. It's the first half of the pattern. The second half is 3, E, and a 4, and a. Down, up, down, up, down, down, up. So put those together. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So the second strumming pattern I'm going to show you, remember these are just frameworks. I want you to start feeling the music, but I'm going to give you some frameworks. It starts off the same. 1, 2, and up. Okay? Down, 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 up. The second half of the pattern changes. We're going to do E, A, 4, E, and a. So it's up, up, down, up, down, up. So for some of you, we're going to be doing 3 ups in a row. You may not be used to doing this, but I'm trying to push you guys out of your comfort zone a little bit. So let's take that again. So it's 1, 2, and a, E, a, 4, E, and a. Again. Now you choose whichever strumming pattern works best for you, but again, these are just frameworks and you may not feel, your hand might just start doing its own thing, and that's totally normal. Just giving you the framework. Now for this verse, there's a little bit of a timing thing that goes on here I want you guys to be aware of. We're splitting measures on these strumming patterns. So each chord is going to be 2 beats, except in the second line, there's a little bit of a timing difference. We go from this E chord to A minor 7. The A minor 7 is going to change on the and after 2. You're going to feel like the music is hopping. It's pushing you and pulling you forward. Listen to it and see if you can hear it. So we got, starting with the E. 1, 2, ready, and. See the curtains hanging in the window in the evening on a Friday night. Hear it, hear it. Leap forward. So I'm just changing that A, one strum earlier than the others. And depending on what strumming pattern you use, you may be changing chords on a downbeat or an upbeat. So just be aware of that as a timing with this song. So let me play through the first verse so that you guys can hear it, and then we're going to jump into the chorus. 1, 2, ready, and. See the curtains hanging in the window in the evening on a Friday night. A little light shining in the window lets me know everything is alright. Now we got the chorus, which is the Summer Breeze part, and we also have a really cool lead line that comes in I'm going to show you, and options for how you can do that. So in this chorus, all of the chords are a single measure. So it just means you play the strumming pattern all the way through. We're going to change up the strumming just a little bit because I think the chorus starts to open up here, and I like to vary the strumming pattern at this point. So for the chorus, we're going to do 1, 2, 3 E and 4 and. So that's down, down, up, down, 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 up. Okay, I told you guys I'm going to challenge you with these 16th note strumming patterns. Very, very cool. Amazing to be able to vary your strumming patterns between a verse and a chorus. So again, the first half of that pattern is 1, 2, up, down, down, up. 1, 2, up. And then the second half of the pattern is 3 E and 4 and up. Down, up, down, 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 up. All right, so I'm going to put those together. It's going to be. So let me play through this chorus, and I'm going to show you the lead line and where you can add that in. So if we take it from the chorus, it's going to be 2, ready, am. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, flowing through the jasmine of my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, flowing through the jasmine of my mind. Now, a little tip I want to show you guys. So we have this B minor 7 bar chord. Now, when I play the first A minor 7, I play it with my first and second fingers, and then I come over to B minor 7, and then watch what I do with my hand. I lift up the bar, and I just slide the second and third fingers forward. They're already in the shape of that A minor 7. Very cool. So the first time through, I usually just out of muscle memory use the first and second fingers. Summer breeze to B minor 7, yeah. And then I lift the bar and slide the fingers into place. Now, the G chord is where we have an opportunity to throw in another lead line, which is this little section here, which is 7, 8, slide to 10, back to 8, 7, and then 8 on the B string. So most of it's on that high E string. 7, 8, slide to 10, back to 8, 7, and then 8 on the B string. So again, one more time because I missed one of the notes. Okay, so when you're doing this, there's a couple ways you can do it. You can either strum this G chord and then jump over to the lick, or you could just hold the G chord and jump over to the lick. Now, a question people always ask me, Lauren, how do I get from strumming over to this lead line fast enough? So when I am strumming this G chord, I'm already looking at the 7th fret. My eye is already here so that I can just jump right up here, play my lead line, and before I hit this final note here, my eyes are already back to the top, the first 3 frets, so I can jump right back into that A minor chord. Okay, so your hands will follow where your eyes are going. So always be looking ahead of where you want to go, and that will help your hands get into place faster. So let's play through this with the lead line, and I'll show you both ways you can do it. So we got 1, 2, ready, am. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. I kind of like playing the G and holding it. It has a nice sound to it, and it also gives you a little extra time to get over to that lead line if you need that assistance. But choose whichever way works best for you. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Just figure out what's gonna work. The final section of the song before I go and play through everything for you is going to be this bridge section, and it's not too bad. It's mostly stuff you've already learned, except we have the introduction of that special chord. I'm gonna show you how to do that fairly easily. All right, so we're starting off. It's basically going between that E minor and that A minor 7. So it's like you're playing the intro all over again. Okay, so you just do that, and then we get out of that, we come to A minor 7, to B7. And I probably use the verse strumming at this point. And I come home from a hard day's work, and you're waiting there, not a care in the world. So watch my hand. If you know this B minor 7 chord, all you have to do is reach out your pinky to that 5th fret on the B string. So we're replacing the B string right now is being played by the 2nd finger. You don't have to lift that finger up. You just have to put this pinky down. Okay, and you've got B7, sus4. You could probably stay on the B minor 7. It would be fine if this is tricky for you, but I had never played that chord before learning this song. So it's just like a little practice thing. This is a very common thing that happens, especially with suspended chords where you put pinkies down in places. So it's a skill that you may want to start practicing even if you don't use it right away in this song. Now that we've gone through every section, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play through the intro, the verse, a chorus, and the bridge so that you guys can hear how each part sounds. And once again, if I'm going too fast, you can use that settings cog down there to slow me down. 1, 2, ready, and. See the curtains hanging in the window in the evening on a Friday night. A little light shining through the window lets me know everything is alright. Well, summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. 3 days of summer, the jasmine's in bloom. July is dressed up and playing her tune. And I come home from a hard day's work, and you're waiting, not a care in the world. I hope you guys enjoyed all the strumming variations and the lead lines in this song. And if you're interested in learning more cool lead lines, I highly recommend you go check out my Norwegian wood lesson right over there, where I'll go through everything step by step. Really cool strumming, cool lead lines. Go click on that lesson and I'll see you guys over there.